by head coach Albertin Montoya following tonight's 2-0 victory. We're going to let him open up with a statement, and then we'll open it up to questions. So, Coach, go ahead.
Thought it was a very good win for our team today. We played the type of football we've been asking them to play all season long, and it came together at the right time against an excellent opponent that's been playing really well. But credit to our team, our players, they stuck to the game plan, and we came out with a great victory.
All right, we'll open it up to questions, and Paula, you were first.
Good evening. Welcome back. We were talking on Friday about playing back at home, getting that energy and confidence back. Also, how important was to create opportunities and score goals. How do you guys achieve it, and how one understand it?
I went to church a lot this week, so that's how we achieved it. Prayed quite a bit. No, first of all, coming back home, these fans are absolutely amazing. So we feel the energy every time we're in this stadium, and that helps us. We didn't want to let the fans down. We also have been working on just continue keeping the ball. Last week, we knew it was the start of playing a little bit of different type of football. Obviously, we did it against one of the most dangerous teams in the league, but we said that would be okay because we're building on that. And today, the energy was there, the belief was there. The fans really do help out, but we played with confidence. We played like we wanted to control the ball. We wanted to control the tempo, and we actually also did very well defensively. Another shutout for Silk. That's her third so far this season, and she continues to prove to everyone why I think she's going to be one of the top goalkeepers in this league. But yeah, it was we created chances because we were a lot more aggressive going forward. We pressed higher up the field, and we were on the front foot for most of the game.
Última pregunta en español. Basado en los puntos fuertes del equipo, ¿cómo se adaptaron rápidamente para enfrentar a ellos? Gracias.
Era todo en las prácticas, porque practicamos con una mentalidad de atacar, vamos para adelante y controlar la pelota con el juego completo. Eso era lo más importante, pero también la energía. Y eso jugamos así con un belief, creer. Y eso es muy importante y eso fue la diferencia hoy. Gracias.
And
Wayne.
Thank you.
What is it about this matchup that is bringing out teams are bringing out the best in it, but you guys have 3 in every day city beating the Nation City side playing pretty well, especially after what happened last season. What is it about this matchup, girl?
I'd love to say that it's because it's our competitors from down south and there's a rivalry there. It's just we had a good game today. And I think we created a lot of problems for them. They probably weren't expecting us to come out in a 4-4-1-1 the way we did and different personnel. So as a team, we're always preparing for the opposition. And I think we just give them a different look. And we were on. We were on today. We played with a lot of confidence. And that was the difference. But it's great when you win against your Southern Cal competition.
Samantha?
Hi, Tamara Griffin with The Athletic. First, if you could speak about Penelope Hocking, second goal in 2 games. What has shifted, if anything, with her? I know you've mentioned confidence around the team, but that is also an interesting illustration of that. And then also building off of the unfortunate incident last week, given that Savvy King was the number 2 drop tip last season. I noticed that both teams were wearing the SK3 shirts. So if you could sort of talk about what, if any, sort of conversations within the team since that incident sort of leading up to this rematch.
Yeah, so with Savvy, she was very close with everyone on the team. Obviously being our youngest player last year, and several of the players looked out after her. And knowing that she's now back and recovering, I mean, it's everyone was relieved because when we found out it kind of took a toll. Actually, I know it took a toll on all of us. I'd like to believe that we all played for her there, okay, in both teams, just because the energy and the belief was there. So just very thankful that she's healthy. Well, she's getting better, and we hope to see her on the field soon. And as far as Penelope, it's confidence. Every player goes through their ups and downs, right? And you're just given opportunities. That's what do you do with those opportunities? And since we brought her on last year, she just doesn't stop working, right? So she's got this desire to compete. If anything, it's almost too much because she really gets on herself and it's all about getting her to just relax, calm. Things will come to her. Just and these last few weeks, she's really taken a deep breath and started to enjoy the game. That was my message after the San Diego game. It's like we're overthinking things. Everyone was, right? Even the coaching staff. And we needed to just go back to basics. Let's pretend you're out on the street playing the game that you love, right? And pass and connect. And she's actually really taken that on. As a lot of players I thought did today, because they just felt comfortable in the ball. They never panicked. It was just they were enjoying themselves out there. And that was really important for her, because she puts so much pressure on herself of wanting to be the best and scoring goals and being out on the field. And she's just starting to enjoy it, and you can see it. She's smiling again, and it's good to see. Yeah.
And Coach from the College Trader Sports Wrap. The line of Kenny Zude today changed up after the back line, and then inserting both Rachel's and Penelope on it. So, do you want more of an attacking, pressuring style tonight because of what happened last week against them?
I did, and just different skill set for what we were doing. But next week it might be a completely different lineup. I've said this since the very beginning. This group, I believe in every single one of those players, and they can come in and have an impact in the game as long as we enjoy our football and play this type of soccer that we did out there. Right, that's the key. So it's just believing in every single one of them. They knew their responsibilities, and we thought that the physicality in the midfield there with the players that we had was going to add to us going forward. And then also played Taylor further up the field. I didn't want her to defend as much going back, and it was more of her defending was in front of her. Same thing for Rudy, right? We've asked her to run quite a bit in the last few games when she's a winger. So now I just let those two, let's say higher up the field, let's find them, and let's play off that. And it worked out well today.
Just wearing the SK3 shirts that everyone wore for the game. Whose idea was that? How did that kind of come together?
So actually, I think it was Angel Cities, and we fully supported it. But it was all of us together once it was brought up, and we wanted to make sure we did something very special for her and show that we were behind her in every way.
Speak to that. As immediately Monday when we realized everything, connections and everything, both teams worked together through the football departments and the front office departments to figure out what's the best way to do that, and the shirts was what the players agreed on.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Dina, into the channel podcast. Rachel Kunyamaji, no goals, no assists today, roughly 68 minutes, but a lot of pressure on the defense, a lot of gravity. Can you talk a little bit about what Kunyamaji was able to do, even starting moving midfield, but also way upfield, what kind of space she was able to create and what the output after that was?
So, a lot of credit to Rachel. Forwards want to score. That's what they always want to do. But she played for her team, as she always does. But it was so important for her to apply certain pressures, and we were forcing it to the left as much as possible, their left, right? And that takes a lot of work, because as a forward, again, you want to stay around the 18. You don't want to necessarily run as much because you want to have the legs to go and score. But this was a complete team effort from everyone, but more importantly for her. And the only reason she came off was she was a yellow card, so I couldn't risk that because she gets so excited and just there's so much passion there, and we couldn't risk it. But huge success today is because of what she did, the off the ball work.
Yeah, Regina, as you're talking through these players looking for more goals or the right combinations, can you elaborate more on what traits you're looking for?
Yeah, I can. Players that can just put the ball in the back of the net, which is not that easy all over the world. That's why I've always said forwards get paid millions of dollars, right? It's a special skill set. But you do have to create opportunities. You have to find ways to get forward, and this is something that we've been lacking in the past. But that's where the coaching staff and the group's okay, you have to tinker around with things. If it's not working, then we've got to go out there and fix it. But I'm going to go back to the first principle. What was most important is let's enjoy our football. There's a lot to be said for that, right? When you're overthinking things, it just complicates it. So they were enjoying the movement was. You saw our midfield, our outside backs getting forward, kind of what we did second half of the season last year, right? So they were just I tell them, where's the space? Take the space, move off the space, right? You pass and move, but there's, and then that creates opportunities for us to get forward. And then now it's just what we've been doing for the last 4 weeks, which is repetition on finishing. Just like Penelope's goal, opening up, right foot, ball. But you do that once you gain that confidence, and you do it over and over again. And we've been getting ourselves in, at least at practice, in our practices, in those positions more often than not. We finally did it here. And it's all about executing game day. So it's a step in the right direction.
How it's got been very in these groups. The vast majority of the team's goals this season have come in the first half. Any reason for that?
No. Again, all these stats, first half, second halves, I just think it's a coincidence. I mean, we could have had one. I think we hit one off the crossbar, and we had some chances in there, just like a few weeks ago. And I knew it was someone mentioned, oh, we haven't gotten scored on in the second half. Well, right after that, we got scored on in the second half, the next game. It's it's just the way it's worked out.
All right. Sorry.
There was some pretty heavy Bay FC representation at last night's WNBA game, Valkyrie's home opener. Can you just comment on this moment in women's sports in the Bay Area and what it means for this team specifically, what it means for the Bay as a long time? I mean, you're basically like a Bay Area native for all intents and purposes.
I always go back to, it's such a special time because who benefits from this the most? It's these young girls that are going to stadiums, that are going to arenas, and they're watching the players that they're like, wait, I can do this. I can go up and be a professional athlete this day and age. And sometimes they're even out drawing in the men's game. So it's, the quality is so high, the energy, and you have so many great women that are just having a huge impact in the game and in those around them. And I think it's just it's a special bond that we form with the community, the fans, and I always go back to the young players because I've been involved with them for so many years. And when you can inspire and have a positive impact in someone's a younger player's life, it just opens doors for them, and they can believe and just enjoy what they're doing. And that's it's going to be a lot of fun now having two Bay Area teams that and I'm sure there's a lot of soccer fans that have been going to the basketball game because I know we had quite a few out there, and it's the same thing. So they should just continue supporting each other, and it's going to continue to grow. It's a good time.
All right. Well, that's it for Coach. We'll be back with Caroline Conti and Penelope Hocking. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
We have a very tough question.
Oh, Jen.
Okay, Conti, my question goes to you straight away. You're turning into a bit of a set piece specialist. How are you finding that pressure?
I think it's honestly just so fun. I think that's like a theme that like I've been trying to like go with for the past few weeks, just to have fun and bring like the joy back to the game, and just, I like say it so funnily, but like balling with your bros, like just have fun out there, and just like we're doing what we love, and like we're lucky that it's our job. So I think it's pretty cool just to be able to do that.
All right, open up the questions, Lisa.
Yeah, I know you guys came out in the SK Free jersey or shirts today. Just like, what did that mean to you to kind of just give some support to Savvy? And Albertin mentioned like it's kind of taking a toll on you guys a little bit to speak. Like, how have you guys kind of dealt with all of that and thinking about Savvy and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, when I first saw what happened, it was, it was very sad, and it just very scary too, because, we know Savvy, and that was our teammate, and, and no matter what, like anyone in the league, if that were to happen to anyone in the league, it's, it's just a way for us to come together, and it's just bigger than soccer at that point. And made me happy that we represented her in the way that we did, wearing the shirts. And yeah, I mean, we're always wishing her the best, and we're happy to hear that she's been doing well. So yeah.
Paula Manuel, congratulations. I was talking with Albertin yesterday about creating opportunities in scoring goals. How do you guys feel to be part of this victory? Thank you.
Again, I think it's just going back to our roots and having fun, getting on the ball more, sharing it, and playing with each other. I feel like coming out with a lot of energy is huge for us, and I think we did that today, and I think that emphasizing playing for one another, and yeah, I think that was huge. Came out with the energy and just played for one another. Yeah, I think training really translates to the games, and we've just been scoring a lot of goals in training, and I think we were just due to score some goals. So
Bangers.
yeah. So it was nice to get a few goals today and get the win.
Hi, Samara Griffin with The Athletic. Caroline, you mentioned the importance of coming back to your roots, visiting the joy of the game. What was it that you think maybe pulled the team away from its roots in order for there to have been a return? I'm wondering if it's maybe the pressure of entering your second season, having made it to the playoffs the first season. There's been a lot of roster rotation, maybe some uncertainty there or something else. But you have to have been far from the roots in order to return to them. So I'm wondering if you could sort of help us rewind and start there.
Yeah, I don't think it's like one individual thing. I think teams go through ebbs and flows, and we hit some points that we needed to figure out some things. But I think ultimately just coming together as a team and playing for one another is huge, and just getting back to that with training every single day, day in, day out, just having fun, finding that joy in the game, I think is huge, because at the end of the day, like, being a professional is hard and there's a lot of pressure that goes onto it, but like, I think just coming back and just having fun during training, because again, it translates to games. So I think it's just, teams are going to go through highs and lows, and it's how they respond to the lows shows the culture of the team.
Question there, and then the fucking bottom of the board. First off, congratulations. What is it about this match against Agency that teams are bringing out the better than y'all 3-0 against the club in the long history of the AFC? But what is it about this match that really brings that to the best of you?
I know I've only been a part of one, so
that's a good question. I think it's just,
it kind of feels like a rivalry game. I think we just match up really well against them.
Yeah.
Like, we both want to play. I'd say like we're both pretty physical too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like just the feeling of the rivalry game, it just brings out the best in both of us. I think they come out wanting to beat us just because it's us, and we come out wanting to beat them just because it's LA. So yeah, I think that definitely plays a role in like bringing the energy, and I'm glad that we've been able to find success against this team because they're a really good team.
Thank you.
I just want to acknowledge David Sports Shop, the congratulations on the victory. Two questions. First, has anyone in the club had a chance to reach out to Savvy and see how she's doing, whether yourselves or someone from the club in general? And two, how did you guys like this 4-4-1 formation? It seemed like the whole point and the reason for this was to attack and be attacking from the get-go, and all that's what you guys did tonight.
I'm sure I reached out to her personally, texted her, but ultimately as a club, like, we wish her nothing but the best and like for a safe and healthy recovery, because most importantly, you're a person first, so like health as a person is huge, and again, we wish nothing but the best and for a good recovery. And then it was a different formation, but I think again it's just playing for each other. And just because this is a change of a formation doesn't mean that it's a different role for a lot of people, because again, you have to be gritty, you have to get back for each other, keep the ball.
Second.
Demons Associated the Channel Podcast. Questions for Penelope. So, on the goal, the ball kind of squirts through past Joy Bailey, and you had quite a run up onto it. Did time slow down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I've just been hitting that shot in training a lot.
Yes.
So, when it came to me, I realized that, I had a little bit of time and I didn't want to take a touch. It was perfect ball. And it was just perfectly lined up to hit on my right. I thought about hitting on my left, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go with my right, because I've hit this a lot of times
over and over
in training. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just one of those moments where it's like, the work has paid off, and that just felt natural. So it felt really good.
Well, and then one quick one for Caroline. It didn't seem like Angel City was able to get anything going rhythmically. What would you say, tactically for the team worked the best coming to this match in terms of what the team can set out to do?
I think structurally it's a big thing that we've been working on, and just staying in the 4-4-1-1, I guess, for this week that we've been training. And I think just staying disciplined in that structure really denied a lot of opportunities that they had. So I think, again, it was working for each other, staying in that structure, and just limiting the amount of options that they had. Yeah.
If last year was like full of transitions for both of you, like, can you guys talk about, getting your feet under you this year, like feeling that trust of the coach and what you guys are starting to figure out as professionals?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, getting traded, it like just wasn't an easy process, and it's like jumping into a season and having to, try to get my feet under me. It was really hard, and it's been like a long journey, but I would just say that the support of like the club and the coaches and like even the players around me, they've just helped me like push through like some of like the tough times of, not feeling like I've been contributing, or, some of like the negativity that I've been feeling like about myself and the pressure like of coming in. But yeah, I mean, it feels good to just get this win and have the success with this team.
Anything to add? Like, you're also getting included in the lineup now regularly.
Yeah, I mean, from last year, I was new, I was a rookie, so obviously going from college to professional is like a whole whirlwind. And it's a lot of fun because you learn so much, and like every day, like there's something new that you could be learning from veteran players. But I think it's just a cool process, and obviously there's highs and lows that come with it. But I think it's ultimately being able to rely on your teammates and to get through the low times is the coolest part. It really brings the team together.
All right. Well, that's it for them, and we'll be back next week. Thanks,
Cool.
everybody.
Thank